G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be reviewing an icon of the late 80s and early 90s, a BMW E34 5 Series. The E34 was the third generation of the 5 Series and ran from late 1987 until 1996. This model is a 530i in orient blue over a grey interior and comes from 1993. And whilst earlier versions used a 3-litre straight 6 engine, later versions like this one used a 3-litre V8, pumping out over 200 horsepower through its 5-speed automatic transmission. Here we are, beautiful 1990s BMW 530i, and golly, can't you just see that classic grille and lights? They don't make them like this anymore. Double headlights, the kidney grills. Just iconic really of the period, and with these lovely BBS wheels as well, just totally sets it off. My parents had the real Povo spec 320i with steel wheels, and I always wanted the 325i with the BBS wheels. We're never going to get that, but just such a classic shape. Stood the test of time, and these are just becoming more and more popular as not so much investments, but they are just becoming very popular with collectors because they look fantastic and they drive beautifully. Tidy rear end with the twin pipes and the parking sensors, which must have been pretty unusual at that time. I think this is a 92 model. This beautiful deep blue colour. Just a gorgeous looking car from the outside. Let's just take a look under the bonnet. It's one of these weird ones where you have to pull it backwards like this, and then you lift it up from the back like that. Lifting up the bonnet reveals this beautiful small displacement V8, just 3 litres, very neat, tidy engine, very clean. And then just push this closed like that. There we go. Let's have a look in the boot. And not a bad sized boot, not very deep, quite shallow, but lots of flat surface area. Perfectly usable, perfectly usable. Let's have a look in the toolkit. Let's see if all the toolkit stuff is here. I reckon maybe the tow hook is missing from there. Maybe that's the only thing that's missing, but that is a pretty good toolkit. So just having a look around the cabin. Doors nicely finished, wood inlay there. You got the vents on the doors, which is unusual, with a little pipe connecting the door and the dashboard here. Very familiar BMW instrument cluster. Still looks stylish and very clear today. Ah yes, the service indicator lights, the dreaded service indicator lights. I always remember those. They used to count down from 5 greens, and then it would go into the amber, and then it would go into the red when you really need a service. Shame it's kind of missing a bit of bling here, I reckon, rather than this black plastic. I think it should have something silver in there just to set off the steering wheel. Indicators there, wipers on that side, and cruise control down there. Got your main lights here, and similarly on the other side we have the fog light switches. In the center console, this is where we have this wonderful trip computer, which is so familiar from BMWs of the era. You can look at the outside temperature, your average speed, your range, consumption, all sorts of other things you can do here. Air conditioning and ventilation controls here. Original BMW radio with cassette deck, automatic transmission with sport, economy and winter settings, and electric windows all round. Got very nice leather upholstery all round as well in this beautiful grey, which has survived remarkably well considering the car has done over 200,000 kilometres, 216,000 kilometres. That is pretty good, I reckon. Just taking a quick look in the back seats, just lovely condition for the age, lovely condition. So let's go for a drive. Oh, nice sound from that little V8. I do love these little small displacement V8s. They're just so smooth. As I was saying, my parents had an old 320i E30 back in the day, and that had the 6-cylinder 2-litre. I mean, you'd never hear of a 2-litre 6-cylinder engine these days, but back in the day, BMW were perfecting these small displacement straight 6s and V8s, and they are just so smooth. They're like electric motors. I mean, in a good way, but they're like electric motors. So incredibly smooth. It's like really comfortable. These seats are incredibly comfortable. Bit of springiness in the seats adds to the suspension to give you that comfort. Obviously these are supposed to be sports saloons, so they do have that ability to have a bit of performance as well as comfort and luxury. This would be a great weekend car to turn up to Cars and Coffee, because they are just such an iconic design. So what do I think of this as a BMW, speaking as a Mercedes fanboy? Look, I don't dislike BMWs at all, because I grew up with a 320i, and so I love that car. So it's Simon from the future here, just wanting to chime in and say that before we get to the next section of the video, I didn't want to say that Mercedes or BMW or Audi or any of those cars is necessarily any better than the others. They all have their different strengths, and I think from my perspective, I prefer one brand rather than the other because it matches what I prefer to see in cars. Your mileage may vary, as they say, so just wanted to preface this next section of the video with that disclaimer. Back to Simon in the past. There's something about Mercedes which I just think just sets it a little bit apart from BMW and Audi. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure that is highly controversial what I'm saying there, so do let me know your thoughts in the comments. I mean, this era of BMW was at the time, you know, the Mercedes were building the W124 E-Class, which is widely regarded as being one of the best built cars in history, really. So look, to be fair, BMW were up against very tough competition at the time. The one good thing about old Mercs is that they are really well supported by Mercedes. They do make sure parts are still available for most of the older cars, and I'm not sure that is quite as true for BMW. What a great example this is too. Despite having done over 200,000 kilometers, it is still in remarkable condition, and that's a testament to the build quality of BMWs back in the day. So that's just about it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think of BMW versus Mercedes. Oh, that's opening a can of worms, but I'm always interested to hear your comments. So thanks very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like. It'd be great to have you as a subscriber, and hit that notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram down here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.